It is this time of the year, Halloween again, so today I compile a list of one of the best and the most spookiest horror games that you should absolutely try out this Halloween season. But if you're more into free-to-play stuff, I already made a video covering some of the best free horror games to play this Halloween. The video will be down in the pinned comment if you wanna check that out. Anyway, all of these games are my personal recommendations, the games that I played and enjoyed over the years. And even some of these games are on sale right now, so you can actually pick them up for pretty dirt cheap prices. Alright, let's kick things off with the Quarry, an awesome interactive horror game that's all about choices and survival. So in this game, you are in this summer camp playing as a bunch of counselors on their last night, and it started off pretty chill, but things get very serious and spooky when some supernatural stuff kicks in. There's a great story, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the cool part is that every single decision that you make throughout your playthrough will literally change the outcome of the game. The character dynamics are also really interesting. You got friendships, betrayal, tons of tension as you try to navigate the craziness of the game. Visually, the game looks stunning, cinematic. It feels like you are in a horror movie with a killer cast that bringing these characters to life. Awesome interactive horror game. The game is also on sale right now. You can pick it up for 85% off on Steam. Next up, we got A Quiet Place Road Ahead, a brand new horror game that take you right into the tense world of Quiet Place movies. If you have seen the movies before, you know it's all about staying silent, stealth, and surviving against those terrifying creatures. The game captured that vibe perfectly. You're playing as a character who just try to navigate this post-apocalyptic world, and every little sound can attract danger to your life. The game is all about staying stealth and silent. There is no way you fight back, there's no combat in the game, and the stealth mechanics are also super intense. You gotta think carefully about every step that you take, and the story is all about family and survival, which add a nice emotional layer to the tension. I just started my playthrough. I only played like a couple of hours, but I heard a lot of good things about the game. Visually, it looks awesome, creepy environment that really pulls you in. The game just came out and it's not even a full price game at launch, so I believe it's one of the best games to check out this Halloween. Next up, we got SOMA, arguably one of the most creepiest horror games that I've played over the years. And you start off in this underwater research facility, and right off the bat you can tell something is seriously wrong. You are playing as Simon, who trying to piece together what happened while dealing with some of the really unsettling stuff. The atmosphere in this game is super dark, intense, creepy. You can feel the tension in every corner. What I love about SOMA is how it mixes horror with deep philosophical questions like your consciousness, what is meant to be human, all those good stuff. It is one of those horror games you should experience at least once in your life, and somehow if you never played SOMA before, you're in for an absolute treat this Halloween. Dead by Daylight is an extremely popular multiplayer horror game that's all about survival and strategy. In this game, you got 4 survivors who are trying to escape the killer. So as a survivors, you have to repair the generators to power the exit gate while staying healthy to avoid getting caught. On the other side, we got the killer who's hunting down all the survivors with their unique powers and abilities. The game atmosphere is super creepy, various maps that really amps up the tension. Plus, the game is getting continuous update to this date with new content, new maps, characters to the game. Extremely fun co-op game to play with your friends this Halloween, and the game is also super cheap right now on sale. You can pick it up for like 60% off on Steam. Still Wakes the Deep is a horror game that really leans into atmosphere and storytelling, and you are thrown into the role of a worker on an oil rig in the North Sea, and as you explore, things quickly take a turn for the creepy. And the game nails their sense of isolation. You are out of middle of nowhere. You can feel the tension build as you explore. But what I love about the game is how it combines exploration with hunting narrative. You'll be uncover secret and the story as you wander around the rig, and trust me, some of them will stick with you forever. The sound design and the visual in this game is absolutely top notch. It really captured the moment and really immerse you into the story. So if you're in for such a immersive single player horror story, Still Wakes the Deep is a must play this Halloween. When we make a horror list for this Halloween, Silent Hill 2 remake is something I cannot really ignore. It's one of the most highly anticipated return of a classic game, and if you're a fan of the original, you know the game is all about psychological horror. In this game, you step into the shoes of James Sunderland, who's on a mission to find his wife in this creepy town of Silent Hill. The atmosphere is thick with continuous fog and tension. The remake really amp up that creepy vibe with stunning visual and upgraded sound design. The monsters, yeah, they are still terrifying, but they got some new tricks up on their sleeves, and the team has really focused on making the gameplay feel fresh while keeping the classic unsettling feel. Plus, the story is just as haunting as you remember. So if you love a good psychological thriller with a heavy dose of horror, the Silent Hill 2 remake is a must play this Halloween. If you're into multiplayer or co-op zombie shooters, you cannot go wrong with a game like World War see. And there is not much of a story. You simply team up with your friends and jump into a squad and face hordes of zombies coming at you from every direction. Seriously, the sheer number of zombies on the screen is insane. And the gameplay loop is also pretty fun, fast-paced, each level taking you through different locations around the world. And you gotta work together, strategize, and make sure to cover each other while fending off these undead hordes. The class system had a nice twist, letting you choose different roles like medics, gunslingers, and it's had a little bit of a strategy, keep the gameplay loop fresh, and also adds a bit of a replayability value to the game. Overall, it's one of the best co-op zombie shooters out there right now. And talking about zombie shooters, Zombie Army 4 Dead War is another awesome over-the-top co-op shooter that all about taking down zombies in style. In this game, you and your buddies can team up to fight against hordes of Nazi zombies in a gritty alternative history version of World War II. The gameplay loop is really fun with a mix of intense action and just the right amount of horror vibe. And the game is actually developed by the guys who behind the Sniper Elite series, so you know they got that slow motion bullet cam that really kicks when you land the perfect shot, and it's just so satisfying to shoot. There's a great variety of World War II classic weapons with everything from machine gun to crazy explosives. It is a game that I surprisingly had so much fun playing, and the game even works on Nintendo Switch, makes this kind of a perfect couch co-op zombie shooter to play with your friends. Alien Isolation is a masterpiece of a horror game that really captured the essence of Alien franchise, and in this game you play as Amanda Ripley and you're on a mission to find out what happened to your mom. And the game set in this creepy space station called Sevastopol where everything gone horribly wrong, but what makes this game stand out is the way that it handles fear. You are not just fighting off these aliens, you are trying to outsmart them, and they always try to hunt you down, and they're also super smart too. They will learn from your actions, so stealth is your best approach here. Throughout the game you will spend a lot of time hiding, crafting tools to distract, and also to defend yourself. It is a game that I wish I had the chance to go back and enjoy for the first time. With the surprising sequel announced in 2025, now is hands down the best time to go back and enjoy this absolute masterpiece. Tormented Souls is one of the most underrated survival horror games that really bring back that classic vibe that we all love. You step into the shoes of Caroline Worker, who woke up in this creepy old mansion after a strange incident, and right from the start you can tell the atmosphere is super unsettling. Think dark hallways, creepy sound, and some seriously twisted imagery. But what I really dig about this game is the puzzle solving, and you'll be hunting for items, figuring out how to use them for unlock new areas and progress, and it really gets you thinking, and some of these puzzles can be pretty challenging, which adds a little bit of tension to the gameplay. Obviously the combat isn't the main focus here, so you want to be smart about when to fight and when to run. Visually the game looks stunning, really dark, and atmosphere really get into you. It's a very underrated game. I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about it, but I feel like it's a great survival horror game to check out right now. The Amnesia series is arguably one of the best in the horror gaming world that really knows how to get under your skin. And talking about the series, the old games like the Amnesia The Dark Descendant, where you will thrown into a creepy castle with no memory how you got there, and the atmosphere is so chilling, the dark alleyways, unsettling sound, and the puzzles that really keep you on your toes. And the series kept getting better with every new release, and the new titles like Amnesia The Bunker, the Amnesia Rebirth, which really brings a fresh perspective while sticking to the root of the series. You always in a new settings with a focus on psychological horror and exploration. Overall, it's one of the most immersive horror series to check out right now, and you will find most of these games pretty cheaply nowadays during the Halloween season. And talking about a game that you can pick up pretty cheaply now, and that is Prey, the remastered version from 2017. It is one of the best games that mixes sci-fi with some serious psychological horror, and in this game you play as Morgan Wu waking up in this space station called Talos, where everything gone completely haywire. The atmosphere is super immersive, mixed with the sleek sci-fi and creepy elements that make you feel like you are in a thriller movie. But one of the coolest things about Prey is how it let you approach challenges. You can basically play the game however you want to play. You can either be stealthy or use hacking to your advantage, or you can just go all guns blazing. It's all up to you. Plus the neuro mods that you collect will give you some awesome ability to let you customize your character in a way that kind of feels unique to you. The story is awesome. It's a very gritty with a lot of twists and turns. Plus you can pick up the game right now for pretty cheap price, 80% off on Steam. Alright, here are some honorable mentions before we're finishing up with the video. Starting with Visage, one of the most scariest psychological horror games that I've played. GTA 4 is also one of the most underrated co-op horror shooters, where it's all about teamwork and surviving in this underground terrifying world, and the game is even on sale right now, so you can pick it up pretty cheaply on Steam. Outlast is the game that pretty much set the bar for these first-person horror experiences. Both games are super awesome, Outlast 1 and 2, and you will also find these games pretty cheaply on sale times. And finally I gotta mention the Resident Evil series. Even though I haven't highlighted any specific games, they are one of the best out there. If you are a fan of horror games, you probably already played some of these Resident Evil games before. Anyway, that's pretty much wrap up today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found some awesome, incredible horror games to play this Halloween. And the comment section is all yours to drop down your suggestions, the games that I missed and the games that you personally enjoyed. I would love to know your suggestions down in the comment section. And finally, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned to the channel. I'll catch you guys soon in the next one. Stay safe.